Now the third leading rusher among rookies last year, it's Nick Chubb. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Alert.
Mayfield to throw it, and it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down.
180. Here we go, D. Get off the field.
Play fake. Mayfield. It's caught by OBJ. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. From the 35 on 2nd down, Mayfield. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
First drive of the game. We did see this in practice, didn't we? Because they allowed us to stay and watch and see what their opening script would be, even though we don't know the exact play calls. That looks a lot like what we saw them execute, doesn't it?
It really does. And in practice, it wasn't about a lot of big shots on the opening drive. They wanted to put together a series of plays, sustain it. They've done that. The defense now on their heels a little.
That they are. And you know what else is happening now? They're gaining information. They're gaining knowledge about how the defense is planning on playing them. So not only are they being successful on this drive, they're filing things away for future drives in this game.
Hey, Echo.
Throwing again, Mayfield on 2nd and 10. That's out to Chubb, complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 13-yard line.
180. Hey, 133. Recon, 132 fighter.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Bud Dupree, a former first-round pick, in on the stop.
All day, every day, any day. Pistol.
Throwing on 2nd down, Mayfield. He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. They'll give him a yard on the play, and they're going to face a third down.
180.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
But they took the shot, didn't get it, and there's definitely a difference here because they had a chance to get 7, maybe 8 if they pushed it. Instead, they'll likely settle for 3.
Yeah, opening drive, holding him to 3. Psychologically, maybe a win for the defense. Seibert's kick is good. And the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead. No touchdown there, but if that first drive is any indication, looks like they're going to have a pretty good day passing the football.
I would say confidence would have to be pretty high after that first drive, able to throw it almost at will. You're exactly right. They didn't get the touchdown, but 3 points serves as a nice notice about how this offense is going to move.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
To the set. Ready. Check. We got
the carry. Here's Marshawn Lynch. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. First carry of the game for Jalen Samuels. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
Ready? Ready? Mike is a 50. Check Mike 50. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got. Hey! Jim. Express!
On first down, it's Newton. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Switch. Hatchet. 20. Watch the safety creep.
Throwing again on second down. Newton buying time to his left. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
Well, they certainly didn't waste any time throwing some deep passes here. But the defense, it wasn't unexpected. They told their secondary, be ready. You're going to be tested all night by this team.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Great. Mike's 50. That QB's trash. Let's go. Check.
Trying to get the first with Samuels. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 41.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Ready. Down 8. Watch tight end. 3 down. Hey, check 3. Check 37. Check 3. Hey. Gun. Check your hot read. Bang.
First down, the run with Lynch. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Marshawn Lynch, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers have taken the lead. And there you go, nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact that
Odell Beckham Jr. and all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, his third touchdown now on the year. And once again, the Browns are back in front. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This will be taken in at the 1. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
I'm coming. 8.
Back to the ground, this time Lynch. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurtling through them.
So after the run by Lynch, here's another 1st and 10.
Watch one. Single. I single the slot.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Newton. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
On 2nd and 10, Newton. And now he'll tuck it and run. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
On 3rd down, here's Samuels. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 48-yard line. Here's Newton. Steps away to his left. He's going to launch it for one. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. Chubb with a carry on first down. It's not going to yield much, maybe a yard. It's second down. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are. Figure out the things that they...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Hey, watch it. Check 13. 8. Check 13.
From the gun, here's Newton. Forced out to his left. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 22 yards there, a first down.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Shit. Check 52. 20. SOS.
On 1st and 10, Newton. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. 2nd and 10, Newton again. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 14. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. On first down, it's Samuels. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Tackle made there by Myles Garrett.
Ready. Great. Mike 50, Hey, watch the slant.
On 2nd down, Samuels. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
You don't want it. Check 26. Check. Great.
On 3rd down, they go Lynch. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
How about that, partner? That happened in a hurry. Sudden, explosive, gets into the backfield, and spills the play.
And he was AFC Defensive Player of the Week last week because of plays just like that. So on fourth down, the Steelers call on the number of Chris Boswell for the field goal try. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Boswell's kick is good. Boswell signed to a 4-year deal prior to last season, but he struggled a little bit.
Yeah, do you think that they saw 13 of 20 when they signed him to a 4-year deal?
Not at all.
Needs a big bounce back in 2019 if he wants to see the end of that contract.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away.
That's it, baby. We're going to work.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Point it right, point it right, point it right. Hurry, hurry. Hey, Zoo. I got it.
To throw, Mayfield. Flush to his right. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. Trying to get it to Landry there, and it's 3rd and short. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Watch the slant, watch the slant. I got it.
Final play of the half, Mayfield eluding the pressure right. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So a very tight first half. We had to break in a 1-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Here we go, here we go. Gun.
The shotgun snap for Newton. That is incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Great. Mike 50.
Out of the gun, Newton. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down.
A gain of 16 yards. First down, Steelers.
On first down, Samuels. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Newton looking deep here for Ebron. This is caught inside the 15. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Eric Ebron, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Oh, I was just about to say he had missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
The Browns take over
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
at their own 25-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
55. Here we go.
Mayfield on play action. He'll have a first down past the 40. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
180. Here we go.
They go play action. Mayfield, he's going to take a shot for the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Austin Hooper, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Seibert on for the PAT. And that will tie our game here in the 3rd quarter. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away.
Ryan Switzer on the return. The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Here we go.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
You ain't going nowhere.
They'll throw on first down with Lynch. Rolling to his left. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Ready? 180. Hey. 50, 20. 50's the 8. You got it, son. Check 9. 20. 99. Check 9.
To throw again on 2nd down. Newton That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
To the set. 180. 50. You get block me. You get. Gun. You get express.
On third down, Samuels. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down. Good push up front in that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
Newton on first down. Being chased out left. And he whips that one incomplete there. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time. And now it's second down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet.
Minus 50. I got one.
On second down now, Samuels. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
He's coming. We got double up 74. Gun. Here we go. Express!
Throwing on third down, Newton. Dancing to his left. Now he's going to send this one deep right side. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Deontay Johnson hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as his guys are able to regain the lead. And this is no good. It's a missed extra point. Boy, in a tight game, how important might that turn out to be here as the second half rolls along? So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Mayfield to throw it. And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down.
It's got to the point where we see guys like that make that type of a catch. Not fair goes through my brain. That size, that speed, and now they're acting like wide receivers, too.
Yeah, tight end, one-handed. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Steven Nelson.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Get that ball.
They start the drive with Lynch. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Set. Right at the 8. Gun. Watch tight end. Three down. Kill. Turn up. Kill. Hey.
On second down, Samuels. And now nothing but green ahead of him. Past the 20. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Jalen Samuels, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Cam Newton now getting his guys ready to go for the two-point try.
Safe. Check. Hey! Get it.
And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. And, of course, on the two-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Baker Mayfield, as a rookie, 3 times he led the Browns back to victory in the fourth quarter. What can he do here in year number 2?
Hey, alert!
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
I'm going to run you over. Hey, alert!
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mayfield flushed out right. It's caught. Beckham. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. That one a first down pickup of 8.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. That one goes for 24 yards. Mayfield now, perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, Mayfield going for it all. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. He was looking to get it to Jarvis Landry that time, but it's going to be 2nd down. Looking to erase a 2-score deficit here in the fourth quarter. Going for some big plays.
Yeah, they certainly were. They just decided one shot, didn't they? Forget trying to move the ball downfield in small little increments. Let's go for the big one. But how about the defense playing situational football, looking at the scoreboard and realizing what can hurt us most? The deep shot. They played it well.
A good pickup there, 21 yards. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Going to the air again with Mayfield. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Travis Benjamin, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Here's Seibert now to add the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
A give to the brother of J.J. This is Derek Watt. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down. This is where, fourth quarter, you got the lead, you give it to the big guy. Defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
You say that with accusatory tones. I mean, but you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about, but as a defender, 4 quarters worth of trying to bring people down, 4 quarters worth of pounding, and now late in the game, here comes that big guy coming at you, and a lot of guys are wondering whether they want to come up and make that tackle at this stage of the game.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down.
You got three down.
First carry for James Conner. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. First down run for Conner, not going to get much. Maybe a yard, second down. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
Hey, check 24. Watch 24. Shift. Watch the shift. Great. Express.
After the run, Newton going to throw. He finds his man Johnson. And he gets this only to the 41, not near enough for the first. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on fourth down.
Eight. Rush in. Just a sec. Pull it. Hop. Gun. Echo.
They snap it to Newton. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game in the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. A gain there of 21 yards. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. This is caught inside the 15. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play that time for Cleveland. 41 yards.
55. Hey, Delta. 55. Here it comes. Hey, check right. Watching your five. It's just me and you.
Now Mayfield. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for second and goal.
Alert.
He's back to throw. And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the fourth. The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. This will be taken in at the 1. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range, not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock.
Ready.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down.
Gun. Let's go. Come on. 29 is the Mike. Mike 29. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball right here. Express.
Now Newton. Johnson's got it complete. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop him with 13 seconds left to play. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
No. Off. 20. Slip. Shift. Hey, check 20. Check 24. Check nickel. Express. Hold.
Newton. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there at a first down. So on now for the field goal try, Chris Boswell. This will be from 53 for the win. And this one is right down the middle. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. He hasn't missed a kick all year. Why would he start now?
That's a great question, isn't it? Well, maybe because that was the most nerve-wracking kick he had to attempt all year, but he knocked it through just like it was an easy chip shot.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Look at the clock. Everyone knows the situation. Probably time here for one final play.
And we know where that play is going to be. It's got to be some sort of Hail Mary, throwing it towards the end zone and hoping someone can catch it or catch it off of a tip. Think back to 2015. Didn't we see Green Bay pull that off twice in the season? Once in the regular season, once in the playoffs. So stranger things have happened. It'd be interesting to see what the defensive strategy is about who they put on the field to try and knock that ball away.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Pittsburgh, they continue to put themselves in position for a first-round bye as they move to 8-2. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face Cincinnati next week. Meanwhile, for the Browns, they're going the wrong way as this will drop them to 3-7 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everyone.